Now at 5, one man turned his bucket list goal into a mission to raise awareness for Alzheimer's.
It's a huge issue, and it's one that I'm happy to support.
Plus, a Tigard officer facing charges after prosecutors had to drop a felony drug case.
Without the evidence, then we would have to dismiss the case.
And no better place in Portland to celebrate a Japanese holiday than the Japanese Garden. How kids and parents both got to take part in Children's Day. Thanks so much for joining us here at 5. I'm John Adams. Our top story, a local man will be riding across the country this summer in honor of his late mother who died from Alzheimer's. Our Celine Stevens spoke with that man today about his story and what he wants people to know. Celine?
John, so this man will be riding his motorcycle from North Carolina to Oregon on June 21st. The 5,000-mile solo ride in honor of his mom is also to fundraise and raise awareness about the disease affecting about 7 million Americans nationwide.
It's a huge issue, and it's one that I'm happy to support.
Mike Hall describes himself as a regular guy taking a big ride across the country, something both he and his wife are excited about.
It's 5,000 miles starting in North Carolina at Cape Hatteras and ends up here in Oregon at Cape Blanco.
I think it's going to be a great adventure for him, and I'm super excited for him.
The ride will take about a month, with day one being June 21st. The reason for the cross-country ride is for his mom, Sandy.
Sandy was an amazing pianist. She was an amazing business person. She painted and raised 5 kids and died too young.
She had Alzheimer's, passing away 6 years ago after years of suffering, with Hill's sister being her primary caregiver. Now, he says he's doing this for them, spreading the word from his tent at the One Moto show this weekend.
I have about a big ride that I'm doing and the Alzheimer's Association to really raise funds for them and awareness as I ride across the country.
Hill is trying to raise $10,000, with all donations going to the Alzheimer's Association. In Oregon, Alzheimer's affects over 79,000 people.
He's been, really interested in motorcycles for a long time. It was a nice hobby for him, and he really wanted a way to combine that hobby, with a way that he can kind of honor his mom and his sister and raise awareness.
Now, with less than 50 days before the big ride, the anticipation is growing.
I am super excited about doing the ride, and the response here at the show has been really super positive, overwhelming really. So it's all excitement right now.
Hill says the longest ride he's ever done was only 1,000 miles, so this will be a big journey for him, but clearly one he's ready to take on. Also, all donations for this fundraiser will be matched up to $10,000. And again, that money goes to the Alzheimer's Association to help with the work that they do. John?
And of course, we are all wishing him the best on his journey. All right, Celine, thank you so much. Turning now to weather and taking a live look out over Portland right now. Some cloud cover this morning has given way to an absolutely beautiful blue sky out there as we wrap up our Sunday afternoon. Meteorologist Joe Ranieri is along with us tonight. And Joe, the dry weather just keeps on going for us right now.
Yeah, that scene you just saw, we're going to put that on repeat over the next few days or so. Yeah, starting tomorrow, we're going to be looking at temperatures in the mid to the upper 70s. But first, we got to get past some of the cold temperatures, similar to what we saw earlier this morning. We talked about that frost advisory that was in place through parts of the central and southern part of the Willamette Valley. We can see we woke up to temperatures down in the Eugene area just above freezing. Tomorrow, we're going to be seeing another frost advisory. This takes effect right around midnight tonight, stays in effect until 7 a.m. A few areas around the metro area, but kind of that blue circle you see is where that frost advisory will be in effect, especially down near the Salem area and throughout the central and southern part of the Willamette Valley. But we're going to be under the influence of a strong ridge of high pressure over the next couple of days. So we're basically going to be almost feeling like summer, maybe not so much tomorrow, but looking into Tuesday for sure. So bringing in Futurecast, we're going to be looking at clear skies the rest of tonight and into tomorrow. Not a cloud is popping up on this map, and we're going to be looking at beautiful conditions pretty much all week long. There is a little bit of a chance to see some rain, John, come late Wednesday into Thursday morning, but other than that, we're going to be dry as a bone. I'll talk more about that in a few minutes.
All right, Joe, thank you. Well, we have a sad update now in the search for a woman from Southeast Oregon. The Harney County Sheriff's Office confirmed volunteer searchers found the remains of Kylie Burt. She had been missing since April 4th. She was last seen traveling from Klamath Falls to Iowa. Volunteers found remains early yesterday, which were positively identified as Bert's. Portland police have a suspect in custody in connection with last weekend's fatal shooting in downtown Portland. Saturday, detectives arrested Rodney Arreguin on murder and robbery charges. Investigators believe he shot and killed 44-year-old Joshua Manahan last Sunday night near South Harbor Drive in South Harrison. Manahan died of his injuries in the hospital. More bodies were found in our region's waterways yesterday. Last night, the Multnomah County Sheriff's Office responded to Cathedral Park to recover a body that washed ashore. This was the scene in the park after 8:15 last night. Earlier Saturday, the Sheriff's Office recovered a body just north of the Steel Bridge. The medical examiner is now working to identify the bodies and how they died. The Sheriff's Office maintains they have no reason to believe any of the deaths are connected. A Tigard police officer is facing multiple charges after Washington County prosecutors say he lied on a search warrant. That may have led prosecutors to drop a case against a person that faced felony drug charges last year. Tigard officer Jacob Teeney went into court on Friday, where he entered a not guilty plea for those charges.
Tigard police officer Jacob Teeney appeared before a Washington County judge for the first time on Friday morning. Prosecutors say Teeney, seen here in a previous story by KGW, made false sworn statements in a search warrant affidavit in August 2024.
And Mr. Teeney will need to be fingerprinted and photographed before you leave this morning. Thank you, Judge. Thank you. Thank you.
As first reported by OPB, Officer Teeney faces 3 charges, including official misconduct in the first and second degree and false swearing. Tung Yen, a law professor at Lewis and Clark Law School, discussed the severity of the charges.
They're criminal charges. They're not felonies, but they're not infractions, which would be the next lower level.
All of the charges involve the search warrant affidavit for a drug case against a man with a prior criminal history. However, according to court documents, that man's attorney asked a judge to toss the evidence found on his cell phone and in his car over that unlawful search by law enforcement.
And if the search warrant is invalid, then everything that's found pursuant to the search warrant cannot be used.
The case was ultimately dropped in early November.
If all the charges are based on the evidence that was obtained as a result of the defective warrant, well then without the evidence, then they would have to dismiss the case because they wouldn't be able to prove it.
According to a Tigard Police Department spokesperson, Officer Teeney was placed on administrative leave on November 1st after the department learned of the false swearing allegations. The department is currently conducting its own internal review of the case.
In other news, right now, sheriff's deputies are looking for this missing teen from Milwaukee. Charlotte Fosgate disappeared from her home in the middle of the night on Friday with only her phone and a bus pass. Her last known location was the St. John's Bridge. Shortly after taking a photo, her phone was turned off. Charlotte's family says she is autistic and struggles with a mental health diagnosis and has not been taking her medication. If you know anything or see Charlotte, you're asked to contact the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office. We're trying to learn more about a chase involving police that ended with a car hitting a North Portland home. It happened around 7:30 this morning near North Delaware Avenue in North Rosa Parks Way. We don't have much information, but one neighbor said the police vehicles giving chase were from Clark County.
We were just having breakfast, and then I heard metal on metal collision, and then it sounded like something hit the curb and then a loud crash, and I knew, like, when we saw it, like, just like smoke, and we saw that it hit the side of the house over there.
He said he saw officers put 2 people in handcuffs and 1 person running away. He also said there was a child inside the room that got hit by the car, but they were not hurt. We've reached out to police for more information. A retail crime mission in Clackamas County resulted in dozens of arrests and the recovery of thousands in stolen merchandise. During the 10-hour mission, the Clackamas County Sheriff's Office, with help from Malala and West Linn Police, targeted multiple stores on Southeast 82nd Avenue. Officers arrested 25 people, recovered $4,500 in stolen goods, and seized drugs, including meth and fentanyl. A day full of music and splendor for kids at Portland's Japanese Garden. Just like in Japan, the Japanese Garden celebrates Children's Day every May to recognize growth and good fortune. Carp streamers fly as kids and parents explore the many wonders of the various gardens. A big hit with the kids feeding the koi down at the Zigzag Bridge while enjoying heavenly falls and following a discovery map created by Portland-based artist Mike Bennett.
There's different iconic parts of the garden that aren't necessarily hidden away, but maybe if you're a little bit more focused in trying to find them, it becomes a bit of a treasure hunt.
Also offered to both members and the public, expert origami training by the author of the book, Super Cute Origami Kit. Some parents also lended a hand as people came up with their perfectly folded projects.